Donald Trump's uncivil war in America just reached a new and horrifying level with a deadly shooting by an ICE agent, and of course he's pouring gas on the escalating situation. But his impulsive and unhinged lie is being denounced and debunked from all corners, and I have all the details for you next. Let's get you up to speed on this breaking story with a recap and Trump's inflammatory post, followed by an eyewitness account and some expert analysis that tears down Trump's narrative.
Chris, we are right at the scene where this shooting happened. As you can see right over there, 34th Street and Portland Avenue. The police have shut down this block. If you come with me right here, you can see the fencing. You can see the state and local law enforcement now. DHS, Border Patrol, ICE, they have been taken out of the scene. During that process, when those federal agents were leaving the scene, we saw high tensions. We saw protesters getting hit with tear gas, and we saw a couple of injuries from those protesters as well. Now it is a more calm moment, but obviously a very tense moment with somebody dead now, according to DHS. Now I want to introduce her. I want to introduce you to the head of the nonprofit, Jaylani. Jaylani, talk to me about the moment that we're living in right now.
Well, this is what we predicted. We predicted that these ICE agents are untrained. They have been literally coming into our streets with arsenal, and they've attacked our community multiple times. And unfortunately today, the worst part of that situation happened. A young woman, it got, rest on her soul, appeared to have lost her life because they literally shot an innocent person today and murdered her. And so, we're trying to get to the bottom of it.
Meanwhile, Trump posted, "I have just viewed the clip of the event which took place in Minneapolis, Minnesota. It is a horrible thing to watch. The woman screaming was obviously a professional agitator, and the woman driving the car was very disorderly, obstructing and resisting, who then violently, willfully, and viciously ran over the ICE officer who seems to have shot her in self-defense. Based on the attached clip, it is hard to believe he is alive, but is now recovering in the hospital. The situation is being studied in its entirety, but the reason these incidents are happening is because the radical left is threatening, assaulting, and targeting our law enforcement officers and ICE agents on a daily basis. They are just trying to do the job of making America safe. We need to stand by and protect our law enforcement officers from this radical left movement of violence and hate."
Mr. Bentley, do you mind breaking down what exactly you saw this morning?
Basically, ladies trying to warn everyone ICE is in the neighborhood. Just letting them know, hey, and telling ICE, hey, you're destroying families, whatnot. Stop doing this. Hey, get out of here. Stop that. She reversed so traffic can go by. The pickup truck, great pickup truck, officer ICE got out and was telling her, hey, well, didn't tell her anything, really, just telling her, I'm going to open up your door and I'm going to get you out. And that's when the shooting happened, and the car took off, and then it sped off and crashed right into the cars.
You talked about the agent that was stepped in front of the car.
The way he was in the clear. There was another one at the front part of the car on the driver's side, and there's one right there by the door that's opening, trying to get in the door. Then you have one that's in front of the car that was already coming from the side, and he was just getting clear because he already see that, hey, this person can take off, but maybe I'll try to intimidate you with my gun. But I don't think the lady was looking that way towards the front because she's worried about this.
He's trying to get in her door. And
she's 65 years old. I mean, she's probably scared. She's trying to help out and scared at the same time.
Meantime, let's bring in former Assistant Chief Counsel for Immigration and Customs Enforcement, Veronica Cardenas, back with me. The other part of that statement, I think, Veronica, that was that the person who is now apparently deceased was attempting to kill an ICE officer or ICE officers is something that you cannot assign motive to. We don't know what was going on in anyone's mind at that point. But I wonder, based on this statement, what your questions are and what you feel needs to be known right now.
Right. And I think this is all very preliminary. We don't know the facts, but we do see a reoccurring theme. And I want to take a step back to see what we've been seeing with ICE enforcement since this administration has taken over. And it's a shift from targeted enforcement, which was what ICE is supposed to be about, to these mass sweeping deportations and targeting an entire documented and undocumented population in the United States. And so we've seen this same type of force used in other cities. And the fact that there is a lack of accountability right now for ICE's conduct is a serious problem.
Acting Director of U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, John Sandweg. What questions do you have, and how do we get to the bottom of the details of what we saw, unfortunately, unfold that apparently has ended in the death of a protester?
Yeah, I mean, the only way to get at them, Chris, is through a comprehensive investigation done by a neutral investigative agency, whether that's the ICE Office of Professional Responsibility, the DHS-IG, or the FBI. In a normal course, we would see an investigation probably by all three, as well as a state and local investigation. But if I may, Chris, quickly, I have to say that statement is so irresponsible. There is no way at DHS that they know all the facts right now. And to draw these sweeping conclusions really does a disservice to the agency itself and undermines its credibility, but also to the officers, the deceased family. There's just no way you can jump to these conclusions from Washington, D.C., that this is an act of domestic terrorism.
Red versus blue wasn't enough for Trump, nor was white nationalism versus people of color. Now we have nation versus state, literally. I'll give Governor Tim Walz the final word to elaborate on the once inconceivable scenario of National Guard soldiers versus ICE agents, something that is only possible because Donald Trump is running wild, drunk on power, revenge, and hate.
To Minnesotans, I say this: I feel your anger. I'm angry. They want a show. We can't give it to them. We cannot. If you protest and express your First Amendment rights, please do so peacefully, as you always do. We can't give them what they want. The hearts and minds of the people in this state are on our side. To Americans, I ask you this: please stand with Minneapolis. To Minnesotans, know that our administration is going to stop at nothing to seek accountability and justice. The State Bureau of Criminal Apprehension are working on the investigation. We have activated the State Emergency Operations Center. State Patrol and Minnesota National Guard leadership is connected with the Minneapolis Police Department, the St. Paul Police Department, Hennepin County Sheriff's Office, the DNR, and Minnesota's Homeland Security and Emergency Management. We have activated dozens of members of the State Patrol's mobile response team. And from here on, I have a very simple message. We do not need any further help from the federal government. To Donald Trump and Kristi Noem, you've done enough. There's nothing more important than Minnesotan safety. I've issued a warning order to prepare the Minnesota National Guard. We have soldiers in training and prepared to be deployed if necessary. I remind you, a warning order is a heads up for folks. And these National Guard troops are our National Guard troops. They're teachers in your community, they're business owners, they're construction professionals. They are Minnesotans. Minnesota will not allow our community to be used as a prop in a national political fight.